Hello again everybody and welcome back to the Fighter Weapons School scenario in Command Modern Air Naval Warfare, and this is part 3. We've just kicked off really the main engagement right here. I've got a little bit of an air battle going up here just east of the target, and I've got my strike package and seed flight ingressing. And just to recap what the plan is, as of right now, Blackjack 1 is the seed flight. They're going to start from right here, ingress into the turret area from south to north, take out this SA-3 site, and that will clear the way for Blackjack 2, who is going to follow behind them, cut up, that's kind of a cheesy path, but they're going to cut up from south to north, take out 4 aircraft revetments right here, and then egress to the northwest. Now, while that's going on, I've got Reno 1, that's a flight of 2 F4s in the air-to-air mode, and Reno 2, 2 additional F4s doing air-to-air work. I've got them in this air engagement, surrounded by, well, almost surrounded. I almost allowed Reno 1 to get surrounded by, now we're down to, looks like 7 enemy fighters, F5Es, according to the briefing and according to what I can see here. So I've just got Reno 1 coming up here and engaging these 2 bogies, while Reno 2 comes down here and engages this fighter. So let's go ahead and kick it back off again and see how things progress. Okay, so there we go. Reno 2's continuing down and to the southwest. They've got a missile in the air against this fighter, and it looks like they are still down at low altitude. I think, yeah, they're going to pop back up very, very quickly to 40,000 feet. Okay, Reno 1, I'm going to manually designate and have you go against these 2 fighters, bogey 11 and 12, and it looks like these guys are running in the opposite direction. So yeah, that's the thing to do, is have these guys engage up here. Reno 2, assuming you get a kill right here, you'll be in a good position to come back around and support. I hope he does get a kill, because this fighter is going to be on our guy's tail. I'm not worried about that much, because I think, as I pointed out at the end of last video, the fighters we're up against don't have really a long-range missile capability. Okay, that was kind of a high deflection shot. Final miss percentage was, or final percentage was 42%, which isn't that bad. Okay, so they're going to continue to fire at this fighter. Got missiles in the air coming after these guys. Now, what happened there? Blackjack 1, you went active, and you... Oh, that's right, because I didn't do the doctrine for these guys, and I had them firing at max aerodynamic range. I didn't mind... I wouldn't have minded them doing that. I just wanted to make that happen on my own. I think I had mentioned that as a possibility last time around, so there's no harm in that missile being in the air, but I didn't want to give this position away to the fighters. It just kind of doesn't put me at a disadvantage any more so than I already was, but it doesn't go according to plan. I wanted to maintain the plan. Okay, positively identified finally as an F5. Okay, that looks like a, it's not an Iranian like I was thinking before. That is Taiwan, I think. Okay, so that was a hit on that F5. And I've got another missile launch going on this guy. Now we're starting to get into that close-in engagement that I didn't really want to get myself into, but I think this is going to work. Reno 2, I'm going to have you come around here due west to keep or cut off anything that could get into a tail chase on Reno 1. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, Reno 2, I also want you to go active on your radar. Okay, got it. No reason for them to not radiate at this point, because everybody knows that they're there to begin with. Blackjack 1, I've got a missile in the air, so I need to keep your radar up and running. Okay, Reno 2, that's another kill on an F5. Okay, Reno 2, you are down to aim 9s. Okay, you're going to support, or actually Reno 1, you're down to aim 9s. You're going to come around here, and you're going to support Reno 2 at this point. Reno 2 is going to be the primary shooter. Okay, let me delete that waypoint real quick. And Reno 2, how about you finish what you started there and go after this multi-role fighter, see if you can take him out. And Reno 1, you're going to continue to come around and just support, and stay out of that close-in engagement, although I'm about to run out of other options. Okay, so this missile's coming in and is about to either hit or miss. We'll find out. Boy, that's a very, very long range. I don't expect that to be a hit at all. Yeah, it did miss. 35% final probability of hit on that. So, okay, Blackjack 1, yeah, you just kind of hang out and you go do your seed strike thing. That's just fine. Okay, 2 more missiles in the air against these guys. Reno 1 is coming back around in this direction, and yeah, this is working out perfectly. These guys are coming up here for this engagement, and that's just going to leave these bogies up here around the SAM site to deal with. but I don't think that's really going to be a factor if I can get them to chase. If they could just turn and chase Reno 1. Come to think of it, they might be doing that already, because if you notice, I haven't had a fix on these guys in over a minute, so wow, that's actually kind of dangerous, because for all I know, they could be like right here in back of Reno 1. So I need to, at some point, get some eyes on this location and relocate these two bogies. But in the meantime, okay, we've got more missiles in the air. How many do I have left here? Down to 4 AIM-7s on 2 each on these aircraft. Reno 2 flight against, okay, 3 bandits, or I should say 3 bogies to be technically correct here in the area. So things are still working out just fine. Okay, this missile shot should be a fairly good probability of a hit on this one, even though it is a high deflection shot. And they are moving kind of fast. They've pushed it up to over 600 plus knots. But yeah, I think we're still doing okay. Come on, give me a hit on that one. Ah, missed. That ended up with just a 28% chance. Okay, another missile launch. Okay, Reno 1. Let me have you turn a 180 real quick, get some eyes in on this area. And, well, I guess Reno 2's radar is looking in there anyway. But yeah, I just want some more eyes back into this direction. Make sure that nothing else is coming up from potentially up here, sort of in this area, that I just don't see. Okay, that's a hit on bogey 5. Or I should say bogey 7. Okay, so that one's gone. So we're down to 4 opponents that I know of for air-to-air. Okay, Reno 2's coming back around, and they're getting out to sort of a long-range AIM-9 shot. These are not very good AIM-9s. They're not really like the modern M or even the modern Lima model that are an all-aspect type of missile. So I want to try to maneuver to get myself into a good firing position on these guys, and these guys should be purely defensive anyway, although let me continue just to beam these guys. And come on, I need a hit on this one, otherwise. Okay, so now I'm down to 3 AIM-7s on Reno 2. I've still got a bogey down here. So Reno 1, well, I've got no choice right now but to engage with Reno 1 in this area. Okay, another bogey up here. That would be a reacquisition of this contact, I think. And I've got another bogey down here, a little bit closer. So yeah, I really need to ramp up the air-to-air fight and just get in there and try to take some more of this stuff out. Boy, there's a lot of enemy fighters up on this mission. But that's okay. I think we're still in not a bad position. Okay, so that was a lot of missiles that just went into the air. I'm down to 1 Sparrow, a full load of AIM-9Js. Okay, come on. I need a hit on one of these guys. Okay, Reno 1. I'm going to declare you hostile. And okay, got him. Okay, Reno 1, you go ahead and engage this one. Reno 2. You continue. Okay, you need to come down here south and engage this guy, or at least, if not engage, see if you can get a fix on where this guy is. Okay, Reno 1. I'm going to have you just come due south and support. Actually, was that a... No, these guys took a Sparrow shot. Let me get them going back up here onto bogey 14, lest I cause the missile to lose lock. So, okay, that's fine. And I don't have to do all this micromanagement. Everything would be just fine if I let these guys go and just do their thing. But, you know, any advantage that I can give myself in a small scenario, I want to try to give it to myself. That's not to say that everything that I'm doing here isn't necessarily the perfect answer to these scenarios. Okay, Reno 1, I want you to come south, and you're going to go behind Reno 2, see if you can get a fix on this guy, and just clear Reno 2 flight's tail. I think they've got this fighter taken care of. This guy I'm going to declare hostile. And I don't think these are new bogies. I think these are just these same 2, and there were only actually 2 enemy aircraft over here. That's my working theory, at least. And haven't seen this guy for a minute 30 seconds. I thought, though, all these guys were taken out that were down here. That can't be the case, though. That guy's still got to be there. Okay, you're at 40,000 feet. Reno 2, you're now up at 40,000 feet. So, yeah, that's just fine. Okay, so coming into a hit or miss on this target with an AIM-7. Okay, yeah, I did get a fix right just then. Okay, that guy is continuing off into the distance. I'm tempted just to not even worry about this bogey at all and to continue to clear things out from the area up here. That would be a wise decision, I think, on my part, because this guy, unless he just comes due south and starts to harass Blackjack 1 and Blackjack 2, he's not going to be a factor. Plus, I think it's so far away right now. Let me do a quick measurement here just to see what kind of a range we're dealing with. It's got a 16-mile range on the radar, so yeah, worst case, if this guy comes due south, he's not going to be a threat to Blackjack 1 or Blackjack 2. I need to disregard him for now and keep Reno 1 and 2 coming over here to the west and see if I can get anything to happen with these bogeys. Okay, I'm down to just aim 9s, which is a shame. I mean, granted, I still have some sparrows on these guys. They still got 3 left if things get totally desperate. But Reno 2, okay, you're actually not in a bad position to engage these guys with aim 9s. That's assuming that these guys actually exist. And have you come just due south, see if you can get a fix on this. These are the 2 that I thought were invalid contacts, and I haven't had a fix on these guys for 4 minutes. I think this is the only bogey remaining, in fact. He's in there in the SA3 envelope, and this is not a bad thing to happen, to have Reno 1 and 2 come up here and give that SA3 something to worry about. In fact, I'm going to allow that to happen and have these guys just come up here and make a quick turn around the north, starting with Reno 2. So Reno 2, we have you just kind of stay out of the threat ring right there. Reno 1, I'm going to have you follow. And I'll just be leaving these guys alone for now. That still leaves me this bogey to deal with. Actually, no, that's a bad idea. Let me have Reno 1 come around here in this direction and see if I can cut off this bogey and at least have Reno 1 and 2 engaging these guys as Blackjack gets into the area. And okay, I've got 2 more bogeys coming in from the north. So, doggone it. Okay, I'm going to let these guys do exactly what they are doing by default. Fight their way in because I need some backup for Reno 2. I don't want this to be a 2-on-2, F4 versus F5 engagement, just down to guns and sidewinders. That's not an engagement that I want to get into. 4-on-2 is still not something I want to do, but I think that's a little bit better of a deal. Okay, so Reno 2, just going to delete those waypoints that I had established for you and just have you come up here. Reno 1, I need you to catch up a little bit. Okay, you're cruising. Let me go ahead and have you go up to full power, 520 knots. Reno 2, yeah, you'll still stay at a cruise setting, and that'll just allow Reno 1 to catch up. And we'll be able to kind of pick these guys off, flank them. If these guys turn to, for example, engage Reno 2 in that direction, then I'll have Reno 1 that can come in and cut them off from behind. So, and vice versa, if the opposite happens, then I'll still have mutual support between Reno 1 and Reno 2. It is if I can get Reno 1 to catch up. Okay, and I've still got this aim 9 coming off of Blackjack 1 into the lone bogey up here around the SAM site. So, okay, yeah, that's just fine. Still working out pretty good. And I can't forget that I have this bogey out here kind of back in the middle of everything. And that'll be a good one for the F4s to hit or to engage after they engage their primary targets up here. Okay, so aim 7F. Oh, I'm moving at a pretty good clip, 2100 knots. High altitude, so it's kind of lofting in order to maintain the energy, so it's going to kind of apex and then come down against this bogey. It's a long-range shot. Okay, so now I can see the altitude coming down through 50,000 feet. And 2100 knots. Yeah, that's moving. Okay, now this engagement, let me bring Reno 2 around a little bit to the left. See if I can get these guys to commit. And I don't care if I get into the outer ring of that SAM site. Okay, now these guys, boy, I wish I had these guys move in a little bit quicker. Let me go to full throttle, go to afterburner on these guys because I don't want this much separation between these two flights. It doesn't get the same benefit of mutual support that I was really looking for there. Okay, Reno 2, you're still doing just fine, and you're into afterburner. You're kind of engaged defensive at this point. Okay, so that was a miss on this bogey, and they're going to loft another one into that area. That's just fine. That guy's just purely defensive right now. He's not turning to engage or do anything other than run. Okay, Okay, getting into sort of an AIM 9 engagement envelope here. So what I want to do is have Reno 1, definitely just have you come in here and start to engage targets. Actually, to do that, okay, now they're going to turn and engage. Since I had a plotted course for them, they were kind of ignoring their own instinct, I guess you could call it. And these guys as well. Let me delete that plotted course and just have you guys turn and engage these fighters.